Welcome back to the program, everybody. Welcome back to another show. Welcome back to another episode. Good morning to all of my viewers, listeners, and Soul Tribe family. The name of this program is called It's a Conspiracy, but It Ain't No Theory. On today's episode, I'm going to be discussing gang stalking plus surviving the New World Disorder per usual. My latest is surviving the New World Personality Disorder. Anyways, surviving manufactured chaos, surviving manufactured karma, surviving white genocide, and surviving the electronic targeting holocaust. My name is Adrienne Alese. I am the author and creator of a book trilogy called Lucy's Lair, Part 1, 2, and now 3. Lucy's Lair is a book trilogy reflecting my life as a survivor of rape culture, child sex trafficking, and psychological gas chambers. On this program, I advocate for women's rights, basic human rights, and the rights of those disabled. I also advocate on behalf of the foster children in the CPS system, orphans, single mothers, foster mothers, and those less fortunate. Targeted individuals or trafficked victims are predominantly women. 65 to 70% of targeted individuals are white, Caucasian American women, or those who identify as such. This makes gang stalking an illegal operation or hate crime that is sexually and politically motivated towards American women and their children. That would be the white sacrificial lamb. That would be society's true Jesus. This program is a dedication to the targeted individual community. The objective of the opposition or the counterintelligence program COINTELPRO 2.0 is to subvert all of the target's potentiality, to terminate and to punish all supporters and sympathizers, to round down the target's output and audience, to marginalize the target, to eliminate connections and networking ability. Data analysis proves how 80% of these, quote, gunmen in the news that you all see are victims of sexual assault of some sort. And so its latest obsession is trying to watch me walk. And so that's what it's attempting to do, because it has this unhealthy obsession with trying to ruin my life in every way. And it tries to facilitate classism and like rich versus poor. But it's completely one-sided, because everything that these targets are going through was a result of this ritual torture and this occult ritual scapegoating and all of this sabotage. And so they kind of need that sabotage in order to continue the karmic cycle and to keep that wheel open and to prolong that suffering. And so but one of the interesting things that I wanted to mention was how the COINTELPRO's handbook for community gang stalkers, basically for war, how it says that the goal is to overwhelm the target by attacking all 5 senses plus motor and cognitive functions. And then it also goes on to describe how this method is inflicting as much pain and suffering as possible without leaving any marks. And it's just really interesting to me, because there are so many people who are addicted to painkillers and popping pills. They have an addiction popping pills. I used to struggle myself. I'm sober from that now, currently. But I lost everything and everyone just to get sober and to regain my sobriety. I lost my house, my car, my child, and every single person that was complicit in handing me over and enabling my addiction at the time. All of those family members, all of those friends, they're nowhere to be found. They're gone with the wind now, which is what is necessary in order for somebody to effectively get clean and sober and rid themselves of that addiction entirely. So I'm not currently addicted to any opiates or any painkillers. I haven't been for quite some time, but I was in the past. This is something that I do want to talk about briefly, and I haven't really touched on it too much because I know that it gives these haters or these gang stalkers more of a reason to do what they're doing, to justify what they're doing. So anyways, I actually got myself clean and sober after years of addiction, fighting that. And then I was able to rehab myself using a product called Elimadrol. And it worked for me. And I've been clean and sober ever since. And everything I have taken has come from the doctor. So I don't have people around me in my inner circle at all anymore who do drugs like that. But it's just really interesting how this dark psychology works. And in my opinion, it makes perfect sense why so many people suffer with this opiate or painkiller addiction. So the porn synchronized with the honeypot street theater is how they attempt to mind control the partner, which is also why I don't watch porn, because it is a form of trauma-based mind control. All right, and so this is also where all of their money is going. So you can see how in the video, how he's already trying to or offering to buy his boss, the one that he's flirting with. And there are other people there too as well. And this is also why they can't wait to go back to work, because they can't wait to be alone so they can masturbate and watch porn. He needs to be fired and he needs to go to jail. But all of this domestic violence is totally fine so long as it's Biden's economy. That's what they want to see. That's what they're inciting. They're literally inciting a war. And it doesn't matter if it's really happening or if it's not really happening, because the target is being mind controlled and brainwashed. Either way. And so, let's get to this right here. So I recently seen in the algorithm that Biden was having some sort of discussion about NATO or some sort of meeting or something like that. And so after Biden's been in office for since 2020, 4 years, we're probably going on 5 now. So it takes them 4 to 5 years to get to the truth of the situation. So for the first 2 to 4 years that they were in office, that they've been in office, Biden and Kamala Harris, the war was all about stopping white Nazi terrorist supremacists. And now, after 4 or 5 years, you can see that they're hosting meetings with this NATO, which is the white supremacy. And so it's the exact opposite of what they say. They're not fighting white terrorists, white supremacist Nazis. First of all, that's not even me. That is a conspiracy. That is a lie. Every single lie is a conspiracy. And so after 4 or 5 years, here you have it, the truth. They're over here in secret meeting with them. And that's what they've been trying to conceal the whole damn time. But that is a part of their NLP, their neuro-linguistic programming, and their meta modeling and meta positioning and their reframe. So counter-proliferation programs are intended to subvert the potentials of a target while punishing them with psychosadist techniques. So they're being tortured by crazy people 24/7. Like I've said before, it's surrounded by evil. Modern day COINTELPRO objectives. These are counter-proliferation centered programs intended to subvert all progress. So it doesn't want the trafficked victim to have any financial security, because this is another way of how they go about manufacturing insecurity and suffering. So that's what it's attempting to do by controlling the vehicle, which is the real reason why my mother always had car problems. So anyways, modern day COINTELPRO objectives. These are counter-proliferation centered programs intended to subvert all progress. We have to think about it in terms of this too. If you are guilty for extorting and exploiting a person who's a business owner, a model at that, and they go to work and they wear a name tag and people start coming in, and the people that start coming in go to research this person, and now they know the truth, you see. So that's why it needs to keep the female targeted trafficked victim in isolation. And I have been in isolation for almost 5 years, and I still haven't hurt anybody yet, even though I've just been sitting here taking all of this torture. Nobody's hurt. Jerron begs for me to slap him, to hit me, to this and that. So when he does get slapped, when he does get hit, not only is he begging for it literally with his mouth, verbally consenting, but with his actions, with his energy, with his heart, with his mind, and his spirit as well. So anyways, so I should never go to jail, ever. And that charge that was put on me should not even be there. And the reason why he begs for me to hit him is because deep down in his core, he knows that he's wrong. So they absolutely do know that what they're doing is wrong, and they do it because they hate themselves, not me. The reason why he's having an affair with this chick that he just met at work is because he hates himself. He thinks by having sex and being validated that way, that deep insecurity deep down inside of him will disappear. It doesn't. It just gets worse and worse and worse. You just end up being left to feel more used, more abused, and more empty inside. And it doesn't do anything to heal the insecurity that is the driving force behind wanting multiple sex partners and having this sex addiction. It does nothing to cure that. It just makes it worse. And it just serves as a distraction and also kind of as an ego boost or some sort of validation, narcissistic supply. And the more he does it, the more he's giving them consent to run this counterproliferation targeting program on me. So he is equally as explicit, just as much as a sex trafficker as every single one of these gang stalkers. And so when we argued yesterday, I asked him. He didn't like me looking at his phone history. He didn't like me. Oh, he got really upset. I wish I could just one time record the entire argument process and ritual of them getting caught, being unfaithful, being disloyal, flirting with their coworkers at work, jacking off at work, ignoring you to find opportunities so that they can open the door and create opportunities or make opportunities to ignore you and jack off, put that bitch first, and number 2, create opportunities to cheat because they're insecure, because they have a self-love deficiency. It doesn't love itself. It's not capable of any real true love. It has to be able to love itself first in order to love other people. And because it doesn't, all it has to offer is hate and abuse. And so, this is all an abusive tactic. This is all it's all exploitation. It is all exploitation. Like, it comes home and treats me like if I am the one that is 500 pounds overweight. Like if I am the one that is ugly and he's too good to have sex with me. All of this is abuse. And it's all being perpetuated by Joe Biden. So, and again, when these fights are occurring, when they're taking place, he's consenting with his energy and verbally with his mouth. Go ahead and hit me. Just go ahead and hit me. So the people that have empathy for him, he doesn't even have empathy for himself. That's how ass backwards this whole situation is. The people who think I should go to jail for defending myself when I do finally have to pop off, there's no reason. He consented verbally with his own mouth. But I would love to record how these arguments are going down when these men get caught being disloyal, cheating, and being dishonest. So I can just for once have that, just to have it. I mean, I would love to show you how this process comes from the top down, and then how the fights occur from the outside in.